fishing trips. There's the recreational director of these adult communities. They all talk to each other and they have imaginations and they try to make it as an enjoyable trip as you'd like to be on. In fact, many of these senior citizen complexes are very akin to a cruise ship. In fact, one of them, I know that when I walk into it, I think I'm in a cruise ship. It's designed like in the interior. You think you're on a cruise ship, but what you are is in a large facility that has a lot of ancillary uses, such as libraries, banks, little markets, hairdresser, coffee shops, restaurants, movie theaters. These are all part of these larger facilities, and they're all very nice. Now, getting back to how do you pay for one of these assisted living? Well, you pay for it out of your own cash. You pay for it with your Social Security money or your retirement money. If you don't have enough money to pay for one of these, and I think the guideline is if you have, let's say, less than $80,000 in the bank, and either you or your spouse was a veteran, you can apply to the Veterans Administration, and every city and town in Massachusetts has a Veterans Service Officer. And you go see the Veterans Service Officer, and they'll give you around $1,500 a month towards your cost of living in one of these institutions. And they call this Veterans Aid and Attendance. So if you feel you do not have enough money to live in one of these retirement communities or assisted living communities, and you would like to do so, talk to the local veterans office. There's a good chance that you may qualify, and if you qualify, that's either if you're a veteran or if your spouse was a veteran. If you qualify, then you can take advantage of this benefit and get $1,500 plus a month pay for your care. Now, if you go, there's another program, they call it the PACE program. It's, and some people call it Community Medicaid. And what this is, it's run out of a company in Dorchester. They call it an Elder Plan. That's the company that acts as the facilitator for most of the nursing homes, not only the nursing homes, the assisted living facilities that are in the South Shore and in Dorchester. And what they do is this: if you qualify for the plan, and to qualify for the plan, you have to be Medicare eligible or Medicaid eligible. That means you have to have less than $2,000 in cash. But you can have you could have given your money away to somebody. There's no look back period, or if there is one, it's only like 2 months. So if you apply for this elder plan and you qualify based upon your assets and your income, they will pay for your assisted living. You can live in one of the assisted living communities. They will pay for it. They will also pay for a bus that takes you to one of their community centers in Dorchester on a daily basis. They'll take you to their doctors at no charge. Their doctors, I believe also their dentist. Then if you go into a nursing home, they will pay 100% of your nursing home care. And that's called Community Medicaid. It's also called PACE, P-A-C-E. That's the name of the program. And Elder Plan is the company in Dorchester that administers the federal money for that program. If you have to go into a nursing home, and as I said earlier in the show, nursing homes cost anywhere from $10,000 to $13,000 a month, and you can go through the family fortune quite rapidly in that case. There's a couple ways you can pay for it. If you're a married couple, the married couple has a right that the stay-at-home spouse, the one who didn't go into the nursing home, is allowed to have approximately $110,000 in cash assets. They're allowed to have the family home also. So a good attorney, if you come to an elder law attorney, what the attorney will do is they will deed the house to the well spouse. And if the house was worth more than $750,000, the well spouse could take a reverse mortgage on the house so that there was not more than $750,000 in equity in the house. That being the case, the house would be exempt. There would be no claim from the nursing home for reimbursement for the nursing home expenses on the house. The house will belong to the healthy spouse, free and clear. And the healthy spouse, once the sick spouse gets accepted onto Medicare, or actually Medicaid, once the sick spouse gets accepted onto Medicaid, the healthy spouse has the right to put the house into a trust, deed the house away, sell the house, keep the money, whatever. Also, the healthy spouse is allowed to have $110,000 in cash assets. If there are more than $110,000 in cash assets available, the healthy spouse is allowed to buy an annuity with the balance of the money, and the annuity has to be annuitized immediately. It has to be an immediate annuity. It has to be annuitized over to a time period less than their life expectancy. So, for example, if you're 90 years old and you look at a chart, maybe the chart will say that you will not live longer than 95. So you wouldn't buy the annuity for a period of more than 5 years. You have to annuitize the annuity. And annuities do not pay the best interest when you annuitize them. Anywhere somewhere between, in today's market, 0.5% to 2.5% maybe, depending upon the annuity. But what happens is this: if you don't do that, then you have to give all the money to the nursing home until you're down to $110,000 cash, and then you could go on Medicaid. That's how it works with a married couple. If you're a single person and you go into a nursing home, the nursing home is going to cost about $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and you're going to go through all your money. And there's really not much of a loophole. Some people buy annuities to try to stretch out the funds a little bit longer, but if you live long enough, then you will use up all your money, and the nursing homes will get all the money, and then once you run out of money, Medicaid will pay for you. Medicaid is a division of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They call it Mass Health, and it's also funded by the federal government. And it's for this purpose that there are no senior citizens that are doing without care. If there's a senior citizen that needs to be in a nursing home in Massachusetts and has no money, Medicaid will pay for them. So we have a great country, and they're taking care of the seniors. Also, if you're in a nursing home and you're low on your funds, you could apply for Veterans Aid and Attendance, and they'll contribute up to that $1,500. I think it might be $1,527 a month, or they're in approximate that amount of money that they will give towards you every month to help you subsist. Some long-term care facilities, will allow you to reside in them for the rest of your life. Even if you get a little bit sickly, some of those assisted livings will provide personnel to watch over you and to help you live the last days of your life in the assisted living, which has become your home, rather than going into a nursing home. Today we have hospice. I've had members of hospice on the show in the past, and hospice is an organization, and it's funded by the insurance companies and by the federal government. And it says that if a doctor has diagnosed that you're going to live for less than 6 months, you're entitled to have a hospice nurse come to the house, hospice health workers and assistants, and they will try to make the last days of your life as good as possible, and to try to give you as much care and as much relief as they possibly can. And many of these people are very sainted people. They're very, very nice people. They're doing a job. It's a difficult job, and they're doing it well. So you can see that there's a gamut. What happens is this: people will think about moving into an over 55 community. You can go to an assisted living community. You can go into a nursing home, or you can stay at home. You can reside at home. I've told many of my clients that if they can give their children a choice, say, look, take care of mom and dad at home, and it would save the $10,000 a month. And even mom and dad could pay one of the children. If you have, let's say, 4 or 5 kids, you could give one of the children $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month for taking care of you, and it would still be more economical than paying out the family fortune into a nursing home situation. But in some cases, a nursing home is the only alternative, and it works out very well. Fortunately, we have some very nice nursing homes in the South Shore of Boston. Boston being the #1 medical center in the world, because we're so close, we have an abundance of qualified nurses and home health aides that will help give somebody comfort while they're in a nursing home. As a legal precaution, I should tell everybody, as you age, we should all make sure that we have a power of attorney and a healthcare proxy. The reason for that is if you suffered a stroke or something happened to you and you lost your ability to make decisions, that power of attorney and healthcare proxy will give somebody the right to run your financial affairs and to help monitor your physical affairs without involvement by the courts. And not that being involved with the courts is a bad thing, it's just a time-consuming, expensive proposition. So if you have a child that you trust and you say, I want that child to be my power of attorney or my healthcare agent, you want to make sure you do that. And you do it while you're well. And most people end up doing it when they're in their 60s, early 70s. And you probably should see a lawyer in your 60s at least once, in your 70s maybe even twice, in the 80s 3 times, just to finalize your estate plans and make everything what you want it to be. And also to review, if you sit down with an elder lawyer, you can request from the elder lawyer what information that they have about the cost of home health aides, the cost of an assisted living, what is available in the area. Now, in the South Shore, we have the South Shore Council of Elders that puts out a booklet, and it has all the names of all the nursing homes in eastern Massachusetts, all the healthcare providers, the assisted livings, the geriatric care managers. These are all vital resources which are good to have, and you just have to contact the South Shore elders, and they'll get it for you. Every city and town in Massachusetts has a council of aging, and the council of aging will tell you what is available for you. And this show is not just for the elders, but for the children of the elders. So if you have an aunt, an uncle, or a mother, father who's aging, and you want to find out what you can do for them, contact the Elders Affairs Office, the Council of Elders, and that will tell you what's available. So it's time for a glass of water. In America, we have understand the business of aging, that we have all these facilities available for us, and we can all take advantage of it. And all these facilities that I mentioned, the assisted living, the over 55, the nursing homes, they're all available. They'll all have admissions directors. Many of them will have PR directors, and you can ask them for tours of their respective institutions. And earlier I said that even nursing homes differ. Some nursing homes will have much better physical therapy departments. Some will have speech therapy departments. Some will have better nursing care, more nurses on staff. Some may specialize in dementia. Some may not be very good at any of these things. So what you want to do is this: take advantage of, if you don't know which nursing home is the right one for your loved one, you should contact what they call a geriatric care manager. And the geriatric care manager is usually a man or a woman with degrees in the social sciences who will assist you in picking out the right institution for your family member, because there is a variety of them, and some are better than others. And if you just look at the bricks and mortar, the average citizen cannot tell which is the better place for them. But if you go to if you use a geriatric care manager, and their fees are usually pretty reasonable, they will assist you, tell you what's available. They'll inquire about what your needs are. Maybe somebody's a diabetic. Maybe somebody needs lots of exercise. Maybe somebody needs a rehabilitation. And there are different places that are better than others. So I would suggest that you use a geriatric care manager.